Okay, if you're a fan of the movies like It Follows, The Autopsy of Jane Doe, and definitely The Exorcist 3, then I promise you, you are going to absolutely love this fucking movie. Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So, wow, I could not get in here fast enough to tell you about this movie, The Dead Center. Okay, so very quickly, I knew nothing about this movie. I had never even heard of it before. But what I'm trying to do for October, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been posting a lot of horror movie reviews lately. I'm trying to get as many movies out for October as I can, just to kind of give you guys my opinion and help you find maybe some movies that you wouldn't watch over Halloween. I know we get stuck in a rut sometimes with horror movies where we watch the stuff we know, like Friday the 13th, the Halloween movies or stuff like that. But I tell you, man, there are so many good movies out there that are video on demand that a lot of people pass over because, they don't want to take a chance on renting them or however you watch your movies. So I'm just trying to get as many movies out there so you can kind of broaden your horizons sort of thing, or broaden your horizons, sorry. And I'll tell you, I did it with myself here because I wasn't going to watch this movie. I honestly wasn't. And then I saw who one of the main stars was, is Shane Carruth. And I had no idea who he was a couple of weeks ago. And then my friend Jason, who's a film director, introduced me to him because he has 2 movies out. The guy's kind of a legend in the Hollywood scene, really. He's only got really 2 movies out, and I don't know his whole background history, but his one movie, the first one he did, which is a super low budget science fiction movie called Primer, which is just fantastic. I'd never even heard of that movie before, and Jason introduced me to it, and it was awesome. And then another movie that we sat down and watched, I think it was just last week, was called Upstream Color, which is also a Shane Carruth movie. And both of them blew me away, not just on how awesome they are with the budget that he had, but just the story itself in both movies were fantastic. So so Shane Carruth isn't the director in this movie, though. He is the main star, but the director is Billy, and I don't want to screw his last name up. I think it's Seneath. I think that's how you say it. It's either Sensei or Seneath. I'm not sure, so we'll go with Seneath. But he also wrote this, and I'll tell you, man, I'm going to stop doing trailer reviews because I think I ruin a lot of movies for myself. Because I'll tell you, the last couple of movies I've talked about where I knew nothing about them going in, I have absolutely fucking loved them. The expectations aren't there, right? Because you watch the trailer, and they edit trailers together a lot nowadays to kind of pump you up and, draw you into a movie, which is what they're supposed to do, you know what I mean? But I did not see anything about this movie. Nothing. No info, no trailers, nothing. I saw it, came up on video on demand on the 11th, and I thought, The Dead Center. Okay, well, whatever. It's got Shane Carruth in it. I don't even know if it's a horror movie, but I'm going to fucking watch it anyways. And I'll tell you, goddamn, there were scenes in this movie, and I'm going to tell you, okay, one of the best horror movies I've ever seen, okay, is the movie Terrified. And I rave about it all the time. I compare movies to it all the time. It is just a phenomenal flick, okay? And it gave me goosebumps, something fierce. The same as It Follows gave me goosebumps. That movie still freaks me out, and I don't freak out easy. I've seen so many horror movies, I'm immune to this shit, okay? So when I say it freaks me out, it freaks me out. It Follows freaked me out. And other people saw It Follows, and it didn't do anything to them. So it just depends on what you like and what you don't like, right? Which is what we're doing here in reviews, is just our opinion. But It Follows freaked me out. And one of my favorite movies for possession is Exorcist 3. George C. Scott is fantastic in that movie. I just love that movie. And even The Autopsy of Jane Doe, that was another diamond in the rough that I saw years ago, and it was awesome. Just the atmosphere and the darkness and the sounds, and that's this movie. I'm telling you, when you watch this movie, okay, and I'm not asking you to, I'm telling you to watch this fucking movie, okay? Watch it in the dark, don't have any fucking lights on, and I hope you have a good sound system. Just turn it up a little bit extra, because not only is the acting fantastic in this movie. But the sounds that are in this movie too are very important to this film, because there's a lot of like, I don't want to give too much away, right? So maybe I should give you the first act. I'll give you the first act. So basically, it starts off, there's a body in a body bag gets shipped into the coroner's office, or not the coroner's office, but the hospital, you know, the morgue in the hospital. And the guy wakes up in the body bag, okay? Gets out of the ice chamber that they put him in, and a refrigeration unit, whatever, and then goes into the psych ward of the hospital and lays in the bed. So the next day he's found there sleeping, okay, after he's committed suicide, supposedly. Comes back to life, he's in this bed, and then that's where we get introduced to Shane Carruth, who is the psychiatrist at this hospital. And actually, I'll tell you, the Jeremy Childs plays the John Doe character. Man, he is fucking awesome in this movie. Okay, I'm going to be all over the place with this review because it's just, I'm so freaking, it was just awesome. It blew me away. But Jeremy Childs is fantastic in this fucking movie. The character that he plays, this John Doe character, he is like everywhere, man. He's in like a coma state, and then he's like freaking out, and then he's like, you know, acting as if there's something inside of him. You know what I mean? But again, I don't want to say too much, but that's pretty much the first act. Is just we kind of learn about Shane Carruth's character, his background, who's got some issues himself, right? And then this Jeremy Childs character who plays John Doe. We kind of learn about his history. Now, another big character in this is Bill Fielli. I think that's how you say his name. He plays a coroner, okay? Because it's kind of two different stories going on in here, right? You have the hospital story, and then you have this coroner trying to find this missing body, right? Because obviously when it's dead and it's bagged and tagged, it comes to the coroner because it's supposed to be delivered to him. Well, he gets a phone call saying the body's missing. You know what I mean? So he goes down to the police station and gets the background on the case and stuff, and checks out the hotel room where the suicide took place. And we learn about that story, and then he finds out more about the family and, you know, just his background. But again, I don't want to say too much. That's basically the first act, okay, is we just learn about these characters and kind of get the gist of what's going on. And then act two is when shit starts to happen, okay? Now, I will say, if you do go and watch the trailer for this, it is a possession film, okay? But it is a slow progression possession film, and I'm telling you, it fucking works. Like, man, oh man, like I don't get goosebumps there was a couple scenes. Now I might be pumping this up a little bit more. I don't know. I don't think I am, okay? But there were a couple scenes in this movie. And again, this is a lower budgeted movie. This isn't some big, you know, like Grudge remake or something like that, or even the Exorcist scale of budget, you know what I mean? And there's no creaky corpses and shit like that going on. It's just well filmed and well acted. And there's some pretty fucking tense scenes in this movie. And I'm telling you, I had goosebumps so bad in a few of these scenes that my fucking eyes started to tear up. So, and that never happened. In fact, I'll tell you, the last time it happened was when I watched the movie Terrified. So, I mean, this movie is fucking fantastic. I don't want to say anything past the first act, which I just did. The second act, we find out about stuff, you know, like shit starts to happen in the hospital. We get a little closer to some more clues, you know, with the coroner's story. And then the third act comes, and I'm telling you, man, like all hell breaks loose. It's fucking crazy. I don't know, man. This is low budget, video on demand gold. Wow. So anyways, there's my review. I know it was fucking vague and it was all over the place, and you guys are like probably saying to yourself, who the fuck is this guy? This is the worst review I've ever heard. But I'm just telling you, take my word for it, okay? I would not lie to you. Watch this fucking movie. It may not be for everybody. Again, I said I'm comparing this to It Follows and a few other movies. And I know some people didn't like those movies, like The Exorcist 3. Whatever. It affected me. It fucking gave me goosebumps like mad. And I'm just telling you, again, do yourself a favor. Watch it in a fucking dark room on a big screen TV if you have it. And I hope to God you have a fucking awesome sound system, because turn it the fuck up, because there are sounds in this movie that are as important as the fucking what's going on in front of your face as well. So I don't know, man. I would give this movie for a rating. For me, I would probably give it like an 8, 8.5. I loved this movie, and I am going to watch it again. I'm probably going to watch it a bunch of times and then buy it when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, because I would love to hear the commentary on this movie. So, whew, I don't know, man. Just, I'm trying to pump out as many movies as I can, and I'm trying to hit the good ones so I can let you guys know, if you're looking for something different to watch over the, October Halloween season. But you definitely need to watch this fucking movie. Anyways, it's called The Dead Center. I highly recommend it. I think you guys are going to fucking love it. It's out now. It came out October 11th on video on demand. Do yourself a favor and go watch it, and then come back here and let me know what you think of it and see if it affected you the same way it affected me, because goddamn, I still got goosebumps. Anyways, guys, The Dead Center, let me know what you think, and as always, stay scared, which you will with this fucking movie.